Hey gang, DMart95 and I'm back, continuing on with RCQ's build. This is a Taida 190cc. I'm getting ready to put the top half on. Taida 63 millimeter piston. It's got a 3 millimeter stroker. This thing's coming along real nicely. I just had to install this, the timing chain guide. The one that was shipped with the donor engine, I've never quite seen anything like it. The chain had been chewing this thing up for a long time. I'm extremely surprised this engine was still running. That's crazy. Anyways, I've got a new one, brand new one installed. I put a brand new seal on the bolt in there. And now we're going to go ahead and put the cylinder on there. Alright, so the first step we got to do here is we got to install some dowel pins. These are used for alignment. Now, the person who sent me this donor motor did send me their originals. However, I don't have time to clean these up. If you look at them, there's like Permatex gasket material in them. Like, I don't know if you can see in there or not. Let me try to get a better view. So anyways, I don't have time to clean all these up. There was also Permatex all over this engine block. And in addition, I also, it's a good thing this had an oil screen in there, the filter. Check this out. See that down in the bottom of there? That's Permatex that's been floating around in that engine. I am really surprised the engine that was mailed to me was really still running. This seal is also completely messed up. I'm going to have to also install a brand new one of these. This thing's toast. I need a new seal. It's no good without that seal. So anyways, long story short, we're going with all new hardware. Once again, the great advantages of having a full shop at your disposal. So let's move on and get these dowel pins dropped. To install the dowel pins, just simply slide them over the studs and put them in their holes. Boop. Next step, we install our gasket. Again, Permatex. Alright, let me get this on there. Alright, so I got the base gasket slid on there. I also like the way the copper looks. It just makes it look classy or something more. I don't know. Even though it's copper, it kind of looks gold. I don't know. Anyways, that's not a reason for using it. I'm just saying it kind of makes the engine look nice. But anyways, the copper Permatex, the gasket spray, also helps to hold this stuff in place. I built lots of these engines and I've never had a leak, and I credit that to the copper gasket spray. And this is what it looks like, just in case you don't know. So let's move on, shall we? Let's drop us a cylinder. All right, here we go. 63 millimeter, baby. Oh yeah. Okay, now this is how I install the piston and cylinder. I pull the piston out and let it stick out of the jug enough to where I'm going to have access to my rod hole, or whatever that's called. Anyways, you got to make sure your rod is all the way up at top dead center. That's over on the other side. Just move your flywheel and get all the way up at top dead center. And you just slide it on down. Oh, before I do that, I should probably point out, this surface right here, I don't care if it's brand new or what the deal is. Clean it off with brake clean. You always want to make sure these surfaces are clean. From the manufacturing process, there may be oils or something left on there. You want all that off to get a good seal. That way it's not leaking and you're not trying to gob Permatex on the outside of your engine to stop a leak. I really wish they never invented that stuff. Red Permatex and black RTV in some cases. Horrible stuff, man. People do some disastrous stuff with that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this cylinder dropped. I just wanted to point out real quick, when you're dropping this, I always put a zip tie. I learned this from watching one of Scrappy Dog's videos that Mo did, where you put a zip tie on the end of your chain. It helps when you put the cylinder on. It helps so you don't drop your chain back down in there. This is an awesome idea. Anyways, let's move on. Alright, so you take your rod, and once you get it lined up, you're just going to slide it through there and connect the two. And then you're going to put your little circlips on. So let me get this mounted on here real quick. Alright, now I wanted to try to get it close up here. I don't know if I have good enough lighting, but down in here you have a little circular cutout on the outside of that where you stop your piston rod, your pin, and that's where the circlips go in there. Yeah, I don't have good enough light right now to show you. So maybe you can kind of see it. See at the end of the rod? Well, my camera's not focusing. Well, anyways, you just put your rod in there till you see your little grooves, because that's where your circlips are going to hold it into place. So that's how you snap them in there. You just use your little pliers and put them in there. Bloop. I didn't get it on camera. So I got to do the next side. Alright. I figure I didn't get the other one. I'll show you how to do this one. You just put it in there. See how it's got that thing right there? You're going to use that to compress this once you get it in there. But when I'm trying to do something like this on camera, it's all hard. I don't know why. So, that's it. See, just snaps right down in there. Hear that snap? And you can turn it around in its race. So, that's how you install that. So, we'll go ahead and push this cylinder on down. And that's it. Okay, now that we got the cylinder mounted in there, next step is you're going to have to mount your other chain guide. That's pretty simple. You just stick it in there. See them two little slots? These two pegs go in there. Poof, and that's it. Alright. Now we're going to need a couple more dowel pins. Alright. Now these dowel pins, the last two went on these. These go on this one and this one. Just simply slide them on down. Bloop. Next step we got to do, put on your head gasket. I put copper spray on that too. Alright. So just get your head gasket clear of your timing chain and your chain guides. Slide her on down. That's why I always wear these surgical gloves, because I don't want to get any fingerprint oils on the gasket. So now we got our head gasket on. Let's go ahead and put this head on here. Alright, now this is the head he's using. This is RCQ's head. As you can see, it's got the 26.5 millimeter exhaust, 30.5 genuine Taida. You see the Taida stamps. You can see the valves are nicely seated. Excuse me. And over here, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this too well on the camera. Turn this on. Zero it. And let's see. Just get a quick measurement here. 26.16 millimeters on the exhaust port. .04 on the intake. So, what that means, it's got bigger ports, both intake and exhaust. They're factory done that way. Which means it's got a bigger volume in here, and it actually has bigger valves. A lot of the heads that you see out there listed as performance heads, all they've done is cut this open. Like if it's for a 63 millimeter, all they do is shave this open to accommodate a 63 millimeter, and sometimes they bore open the ports, but they do not put the proper valves in there. And my buddy Piston Guy has a video showing the ones that do have the bigger valves in there don't properly seat all the way down in there. So that's the awesome thing about Taida heads. This is a true big head right here. This is a real deal, folks. It's cut up for 63 millimeter, big valves, big ports. Enough talk. Let's get this puppy mounted. All right, she slid right on there. So everything is going awesome. Awesome. I obviously can't do the obviously can't turn it right now because I don't have it bolted down. So the next step, what we're going to be doing from this point on, is we're going to mount install the, oh my god, the crankshaft or camshaft, excuse me, and a rocker cradle. We'll adjust the valves, put the new valve cover on, the cam tensioner, and we'll do all that in the next video. But because I'm going to be adjusting the valves and all that, I'll do that in another video, and I'll title that one Adjusting the Valves and Installing a Camshaft. But anyways, this part of the video is done, and that's really all there is to installing a big bore kit on, really any engine, that are basically how you install the cylinder, piston, jug, head, all that stuff. It's really simple. If you're just tuning in and haven't watched the other videos prior to this one, it's a good little video showing what all is involved in just installing the cylinder and the head and all that good stuff. So anyways, guys and gals, if you want to talk about this build, you can even talk to the owner of this, RCQ. He's a great guy. He's on the forum. I'll be sending it to him, and he gets to do all the fine-tuning, the starting, and all that stuff. So you'll be able to follow up. Excuse me, I'm getting cold. You'll be able to follow up on his YouTube video, or if he does YouTube videos, or he said he's going to follow up at the forum. So you'll be able to check it out at my forum, www.dansgaragetalk.com. Again, that's dansgaragetalk.com. Or if you need any of this stuff, stocking full surplus of Taida merchandise for the GY6 150 and GY6 50. I have it all in stock. So, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. DMart95, and I'm out.